John, in terms of a successful season, how important is it, or do you see it, to continue the defence of your Scottish Cup?
Yeah, it's vital. It's the next game. We're up against a good team. You know, we're up against an SPL team that we all see it. The SPL, we've missed them. You know, their rightful places in the SPL. And it's going to be, they've got SPL players. We're going to have to be at it to make sure that, you know, we stay in the cup. It's going to be. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a cracking game. They've got some real good players, and we're not too far away. You know, just been maybe I'm trying too hard at times, and one or two things has not been coming off for us. But hopefully on Sunday, you know, it just might click, and we pick up the result that we require.
What sort of game do you expect, given that they've been on a recent difficult spell and perhaps?
I don't look into their. I think it's their unbeaten in the last three. I don't think that's got any significance. What will happen on Sunday? It's a one-off. It's a cup tie. It'll be a good atmosphere there. It's a fantastic venue to go and play your football, and that's what we're going to have to do. We'll have to go and play our football. We'll have to be inspired with the venue. The supporters are going to be outnumbered. All the support's going to be for Hibs, so that puts a little bit of pressure on them. The history of the Scottish Cup puts a little bit of pressure on them, and just the expectations. The supporters puts a little bit of pressure on them. In terms of us, our pressure is we're the holders of the Scottish Cup. So I think the two teams are evenly matched. You know, and it'll be a bit of genius that probably wins the game.
What would it mean to the club to progress to the semi-final, being county quarters?
Well, it's going to be everything. This basically the question that Martin asked as well. Is, you know, we could really, you know, if we could win that game and get into the semi-final of the Scottish Cup, then it could galvanise us for the remainder of the season. So that's how important it is. But you don't put too much emphasis on it in terms of we know what's at stake. You know, you have to let your players go and play the game and be relaxed. And as I say, you can only prepare the game, give them everything that you can in terms of information, your tactics, the respect that we've got for Hibs, what they're going into, the atmosphere they're going into. But, you know, that can soon turn. You know, I've played there and managed there, that can soon turn. So if we're at it, you know, and take the game to them, we're more than capable of beating them. And I think Hibs know that. But same as, they're more than capable of beating us, and I think that's why it'll be on the day who comes up with a little bit of magic, and hopefully it's Inverness.
Is it, you know, given the defeats they've had, would you maybe set out to put them under pressure early on and get that crowd turned?
I think it's got no bearing whatsoever on it. I honestly do. I feel for Hibs because it looks like they're going to be in the playoffs, and I'm honest enough to tell you that having played for the club and managed the club, it's an SPL club. It has to be back in the SPL. Scottish football's missed Hibernian. We've missed Rangers. We're football's no, and the brand that we put on, we cannot have your top clubs, your top supported clubs, playing their football in the first division. And that's why I'm all for, listen, you get relegated, you have to take your medicine. We all understand that. And what's happened to Rangers, we all understand that. But I'm massive for a bigger league. You know, and we have to look at the bigger league, and we have to look at the brand of Scottish football. When you're going a bigger league, Hibernian and Rangers certainly come into that, and so they've been sorely missed. But we just need to go and play our game. You know, as I say, it's a kind of arena that you have to be inspired. Like it was the other day there at Tynecastle, it has to inspire you. And we weren't too bad at Tynecastle, we just lacked a cutting edge at Tynecastle, and that wee link-up final third. So hopefully we can get that on Sunday, and hopefully we're involved in a cracking game.
Do you think that they might have one eye on the League Cup final and maybe take their eye off the ball?
No, definitely no. I think that's where it's a dangerous game to play if you're looking too far in front of yourself in football. And I'm quite sure that they'll be motivated to make sure that they take care of business. How difficult a game it's going to be, you just need to look at our last result against Hearts. Who knocked Hearts out of the Scottish Cup? Hibs. You just need to look at the teams that have knocked out the cup to get to the League Cup final. Aberdeen, Dundee United, St Johnstone. You know, so they've been taking scalps along the way, Premier League scalps. So we're well aware of that. and we have to. We give them all the respect. We know they've got some wonderful players at their club, so we need to make sure we're at it and we're switched on and try to play the best to our ability. If we do that and create more in the final third, then hopefully the result goes our way.